What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank, and today I want to talk about the white girls that died in Texas and the reaction from the black community about that. And I think somehow I just knew that when the news came out, I kind of knew we were going to get this kind of reaction. And quite honestly, it's pretty tough, right? And first, I just want to say, like, I know I be talking harsh, but usually everything I say is like the truth, right? And sometimes the truth hurts real bad, right? And us African people can be very colorful when we speak about the truth, and it hurts a lot of people's feelings. It's real harsh, right? And I would never wish death upon any kids, no children. I never wish. It's never a good thing when children die because, children are innocent until they're corrupted by their parents, right? That's the truth. Children are always innocent. Little white kids, black kids, all kids are innocent until they're corrupted by their parents. And I'm hearing a lot of harsh rhetoric from black folks saying just the most, whoo, are you going to see it? Even I would not go as far in my words, but at the same time, I can understand the sentiment, right? And there are a lot of grieving parents out there, right, who have lost their children. There's a lot of people who lost their family. And there's black people who lost their family out there. I seen one video where a black man was being stopped from going into a river because he couldn't find his wife. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people suffering because of this. And it always happens when you have mass tragedies like this. But here's the thing. And black people right now are saying in the most colorful way that since you don't want to learn your lesson, you're going to have to learn it the hard way. Sometimes life will teach you better than somebody else can teach you, especially when you decide to remain stubborn about certain things, right? And in this case, in this particular state, Texas, is a high concentration of Trumpers, right? Who didn't pay attention the first time when Donald Trump was the president and we had a pandemic. And for whatever political reason Donald Trump decided not to care about it. And millions of Americans died because of it. Millions. And we can give the benefit of the doubt on that one because we didn't know how bad Donald Trump would be, right? Millions of Americans died. Mostly old white people. That's truth. Because somehow politically he decided that, it's cool and chic to say we shouldn't wear masks because the CDC said we shouldn't wear masks. They tried to make that a talking point for their campaign for their political expediency. And because of that, people didn't wear masks because they wanted to be tough. And then they died. Mostly MAGA, right? They didn't learn that lesson. And then, Donald Trump lost the second go around. And then he committed an insurrection. And in that insurrection, the people they say they care about, law enforcement, were attacked by these disgruntled, middle-aged white men that was mad that they didn't get their way politically. So they decided to do some mental gymnastics and just convince themselves that it was not a free and fair election, even though it was one of the most secured free and fair elections we've ever had. But, European Americans used their mental gymnastics to say, to justify it. And a bunch of middle-aged white MAGA went into, and attacked a bunch of police officers. I mean, we all saw it on camera. But even that was not enough to teach white America, racist white America, MAGA white America, lessons. That wasn't enough, right? And then you elect him again, all right, after he already destroyed the country the first time, putting us in massive debt, where Joe Biden had to spend 4 years digging us out of that debt. And MAGA, of course, blamed Joe Biden for what Donald Trump did, while giving credit to Donald Trump for what Obama did, right? That's what happened, right? And then you elect him, y'all voted for him 3 times. And In Project 2025, which we were telling everybody what was going to happen, it's not like they didn't write it down. They wrote it down. And MAGA said, you know what? Despite all of that, we're going to vote this guy in again. After him saying he was going to do what he was going to do. Then y'all voted him in again. And then he allowed a South African racist, Elon Musk, right? A billionaire who paid to have Donald Trump win the election, violating everything that you guys said you were about. Keep in mind, this is consistent disregard for reality in order to maintain white supremacy. And while doing that, destroying the country that you say you love so much, right? Because I guess maybe you'd rather destroy the country than allow someone else that don't look like you to be in charge, right? So Donald Trump gets in there, fires a bunch of critical people in the government, right? Because he convinced you that these hard-working government employees are bureaucrats, wasteful spending, right? And so you guys didn't care about any of that because you were rah-rahing about how your guy, Donald Trump, was firing all these government employees, which happened to be most of them were black. That's why you guys were happy about it, because you knew most of the people who ran this country and kept things straight were black. So you didn't care. You didn't care about them having to feed their families. You didn't care about the hundreds of thousands of people who are having a hard time feeding their families. You did not have any empathy for that at all. You didn't care that people were losing their livelihoods. You didn't care that when USAID got defunded, that millions of children across the world were going to die and have died. Millions of children across the world died and have died, right? You also didn't care that Donald Trump, propped up Benjamin Netanyahu and systematically genocided a whole group of people. You didn't care. You didn't care when Donald Trump and American taxpayer bombs was bombing hospitals and killing children in hospitals. You didn't care that Donald Trump was killing innocent people systematically. You didn't care that Donald Trump was helping and participating to kill and murder refugees at refugee camps. You don't care every time you hear the news that innocent people die, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 Palestinians dead. Y'all didn't care. You had no empathy, no love. Y'all didn't care. It was whatever, right? Because you guys support white supremacy against anybody who's brown that don't look like you. Y'all okay. You'll fine with that. Y'all didn't care when, Donald Trump decided he was just going to start dropping bombs on a sovereign country in Iran. Y'all didn't care about that, right? Y'all don't care about a lot of things. I mean, throughout your history, you've never cared about black children. White women were the number one murderers of white children for 500 years, to the point where they had to make a law to protect the white woman from her natural habit of killing black children. This is the truth. You guys kill black women because your white men enjoy the company of their slaves more than you. So you tortured and maimed and killed black women. Then you tortured and maimed the offspring of those your husband and that black slave. You tortured and maimed black children. I mean, you guys legitimately murdered systematically millions of our children, women. I'm talking about you women, and also you white men too, right? Y'all murdered us. Y'all enslaved us. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all murdered us. I'm talking about genocide. Your people have murdered millions upon millions of people on this planet and have not even batted an eye. You guys sleep well. You sleep very well. Your 4th of July is a celebration that you no longer had to pay taxes to your crown on them slaves that you guys were stealing from Africa. You didn't care about that. You don't care. And in modern day terms, you guys didn't even care about your kids when you used to stick your kids during the Industrial Revolution, little white babies, 5, 6, 7 years old. Y'all didn't care about your kids when y'all were making them work 16-hour days in manufacturing plants, killing themselves. Y'all didn't care when y'all was sticking y'all little white babies up chimneys, getting smoke inhalation. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all don't care about that. You don't care about the genocide that America and its foreign policy creates all over the world. You don't care about none of that, right? And, You guys also don't care about black babies, our black babies being killed and beat up by the police. You didn't care about that. You don't care about none of that. You laugh at it. You make fun. You guys are actually proud of it. You like it when your police officers beat a black man, slam black women, killing them. You know, you guys praise your vigilantes when they go out minding other people's businesses and killing them, putting themselves in places where they shouldn't be. You guys praise them. You guys support white supremacists. You guys support that white lady who verbally attacked the mentally ill black boy at the playground. You guys gave her $700,000. That's how much y'all don't care. We know you don't. You see, most of us live in the real world because we have to deal with your fantasy. And see, we know you don't care. And you see, you didn't care when we told you what Donald Trump was going to do. And then when Donald Trump got rid of all the important people that predict the weather and give us early warning signs, technology, because you guys are anti-intellectuals. You guys don't like education because education takes your pupils and exposes them to the world, and they're no longer mindless racists like you. You don't like the fact that when your children are exposed to the world, they end up not being racist like you. Intellectualism is dangerous to you guys. You guys are afraid of it, right? You guys don't care about other people. And I'm just talking to you straight. I'm just talking to you real. So in turn, your racism, which has always attacked you. Keep in mind, the reason why your communities are the way they are is because of your racism. The reason why all your children are on drugs and stuff like that is because of racism. Because your racism makes you vote for people who don't care about you. And they're criminals in suits who come to your towns and lie to you. And as long as you can satiate your racist feelings, you're happy to continue to vote for the people that destroy your communities. And as you can see, your systems of racism is eliminating your population by your own hand. That's why in the middle of America, most of your villages, your towns, your communities are empty. Nobody wants to be there. There's no job opportunity there because those rich Republicans, guess what? They don't give two shits about you. That's why all the jobs go overseas and they go into the urban areas because they don't want to pay you. You're no longer worth it. But you keep voting it in because your racism is the only thing you can hold on to because y'all have identity crisis. Y'all don't have any pride about yourselves. So in order to compensate for the lack of pride and knowledge of your culture, instead of being proud about who you are really, you attach yourself to this white thing. And you feel like racism is your center of pride, putting other people down and wishing harm and bad on other people. You guys celebrate every time a black person dies. You celebrate every time a black person gets killed. Y'all celebrate. Your men are the number one child pedophiles on the planet. Y'all don't seem to care about your girls that's getting molested by your men. But it's your racism is the reason why it never gets taken care of because you like to stay quiet for the sake of the community. What community? Y'all don't have a community? Y'all don't have a community. And see now, a whole bunch of little white girls died amongst many. And now black people are saying they don't give a fuck. And now, all of a sudden, you guys are on TikTok appalled. You're appalled that black people can be so insensitive to a crisis, to a situation like this. You guys are appalled that we're not, grieving with you or that we don't care that a bunch of little white Christian girls died in their sleep. But the reason why they died in their sleep and we're not notified is because the person that you supported made sure that it was impossible for them to get notified. Because for no rational reason at all, he eliminated the people who were supposed to do that for you. But keep in mind, it's the same guy that threw himself a $44 million parade for his birthday. He's the guy who's getting this $400 million plane that's going to cost $100-something million to retrofit. He's the guy that just gave Customs and Border Patrol a whole rack of money in order to deport other people. You see, you don't care about how you have the military and police officers and other white men in masks, because apparently, You guys can wear masks now. So I guess Fauci wasn't so bad now. Fauci ain't so bad now because you guys are able to wear masks now. You can cover your face and nose now. You don't have a CO2 problem now, right? All your white men, middle-aged men having a good time terrorizing Latino and black communities and Asian communities. Yeah, y'all don't care about that. You didn't care about those kids dying in those camps because of Donald Trump. You didn't care about that. You don't care about all the death and destruction that America, the imperialistic system, causes around the world. See, you don't see it, you don't care about it because people don't look like you. Hell, you don't even care when they do look like you. You don't care that there's thousands of white European men who should be at home with their wives, who should be living their lives, are being forced to kill each other, right? And being egged on by a president who switched sides for whatever reason, because I think Putin got something on him. You don't care about them white Europeans over there dying. You don't care the fact that Europe is getting ready to get into another war because America's not there to back them up anymore. You don't care about any of that. So the question remains, why should anybody care about those babies that died? For all intents and purposes, those babies would have grew up to be just like you. Because you were going to train them to be like you. And honest God, honest truth, the way you guys been acting, the world is celebrating the disappearance of you. And the faster it goes, the happier people get. Especially since people don't have to feel guilty about it, because it's you guys doing it to yourselves based off your own policies after being warned by those people who you have been harassing and terrorizing for the last 500 years. We did care. We cared when we voted. We thought about you and your babies when we voted. But you didn't think about your babies. You thought about your racism and your ego and your white supremacy. So now you guys have to suffer. And here's the thing, in the black community, and this goes for Nigerians too, this goes for Africa. See, us black people, we have this thing where if in the family, if we teach you, we try to tell you something because we got experience, right? And you don't listen. What we're going to allow to happen, we're going to allow life to teach you itself. So nature has taught you. Nature is teaching you right now. The Mother Earth is teaching you. See, that's a natural disaster. That was a natural disaster. So the sun teaches you every time y'all walk out the house that you're in the wrong place. And this water just taught you that you made the wrong decision. And so no one is going to have empathy for you guys. You guys are now the minority. You guys have always been the minority, but now you're the known minority. And this is how it's going to be from now on. No one will ever have empathy for you or your babies, unfortunately. Because like I said, babies are innocent until they're corrupted by you. And the problem is you are going to corrupt them. So that's just what it is. So, I mean, hey, it's some harsh words being said out there. And I understand why you guys are defending your people right now. Because it does seem bad to have some people sound so insensitive about a tragic situation. But it's a tragic situation that could have been avoided if you wouldn't have been racist. If you wouldn't have been misogynistic. If you didn't value white supremacy over your family. You see, y'all don't care about it. Y'all don't care when white men who have mental illness go inside your elementary schools and kill your white babies. Y'all don't care about that. What's the first thing y'all do when a white man who has a mental breakdown goes and gets his AR-15 and goes into school and goes inside the school and deletes a whole bunch of your white babies? What's the first thing y'all do? Y'all defend the gun. Y'all go on a full campaign for the gun. Y'all say thoughts and prayers to the kids, and y'all start defending those guns every single time. Every single time. That's your first priority, is your gun, because you need that gun, don't you? That's how important that gun is to you. Because that's the only time you guys ever had powers, when y'all had that gun. You take that gun away, you ain't got nothing. Y'all love that gun. Y'all love death tools and destruction over family values and community. Well, you reap what you sow, and your chickens will always come home to roost. And unfortunately, little babies who didn't even have a chance to be corrupted yet are gone, along with many others, because of the decisions that you white people have made based off your racism. And don't say it was anything else, because this is clear as day. It was black and white. And for you will pick white death over life any day. And you know what? In these midterms, I know what y'all gonna do because y'all don't ever learn. You guys are still gonna vote those same people in. Abbott's still gonna be there. Your Republican governors and mayors are still gonna be there. You're still gonna support everything that is there to destroy you because you're racist. And that's just what it is. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. This Afro Think Tank. Learn some detail. I'm out.
If the news ever came out that there was a camp exclusively set up for Black Panthers, where black children go to get taught whatever Black Panthers teach their children, and we found out that there was a hurricane, a typhoon, a tornado, an earthquake, or a landslide, or whatever natural occurrence that happened that ended up killing every single child at that camp. If that happened, on the news, on social media, on every single platform, white people, American white people, conservative white Americans would have spent the last few weeks, days, laughing and making fun. Oh, Black Panther, yes, Jesus, God taught them, God showed them. Well, same shit applies here. You have a Christian camp, Christian conservative camp for white children in America. And God said, no, 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 no. This little Neanderthals shall not live to adulthood, and wiped those little fucking demons out. And you think we would not celebrate? You think we can't match energy? All right, I'm here to tell you white people, I am not Sade. I have the smoke for all of you fucks. Come to my page. Fuck those little girls. Fuck their parents. And I'm glad those little demons died. Go find an employer of mine that you want to get me fired. Go ahead. And when you're done, go. Let me see you stop my money. See, one thing I learned to do before I started blowing up on social media was find a way to earn a living absolutely independent of everybody. So I still make money. Good luck finding out how, and good luck cutting that off. I said what I said. I said whatever the fuck I said. Those little white girls that would have been grown, they would have grown up to be Laura Loomas and the rest. Fuck those bitches. I'm glad those little white girls died. They were being taught hatred. They were not being taught anything about Jesus. Jesus says love your neighbors, and you should be. Fuck you. Fuck them little girls. I'm glad they died. I'm not Sade. I want the smoke. Come for me. Fuck you.
I'm going to say it because y'all scary as fuck, and I don't give a damn. Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics. Boom, I said it. I don't give a fuck. And am I sad? No. Nope. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for motherfuckers to what? CARE. I said what the fuck I said. I don't give a fuck, and minds are here with me. We voted the correct way. You reap what the fuck you sow. Just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with motherfuckers being stripped away from their motherfucking families and never seeing them again. People being deported. Y'all were okay with that. Be okay with not finding Sarah Lou. Be okay with not finding Billy. Be okay with never seeing them again. Keep that same energy, because I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Because I've been reading the comments and the shit y'all be saying. Y'all didn't give a fuck when it was brown people. We sorry that it's white people now, but that's going to happen. This is going to be a repetitive cycle going to happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until y'all get tired. Racism cost y'all more than y'all thought. Racism wrote that line? Racism wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash. Yeah, racism wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash. And guess who's paying for it? Okay.
Y'all love to lie. Nobody said that it was good that the babies passed away. Nobody said that. What we said, what she said, what I am telling you is that this is what you voted for. You are getting what you voted for. And everything is politics. Because you were either voting against yourself or voting for yourself. You voted for greed. You voted for white supremacy. You voted for all of this shit. And now you're getting it. The thing about it is that greed is not going to go into your pockets. It's going to go into the pockets of the rich. And but we are not the rich. You are not the rich. You are their bootlickers. And this is the reason why this is happening. You voted for Greg Abbott. And Greg Abbott said, fuck you to an early warning system. Greg Abbott said, fuck you to an early warning system. Things that would have detected this, that would have gotten people to evacuate certain areas. He said, fuck you. We don't need it. We don't need shit from you, Biden. That's what that motherfucker said. And guess what? You needed it. You needed it. That's the reason why those babies died. Because Greg Abbott said, no, we didn't need it. And you did. You did. People were trying to look out for you in the long run. And y'all said, fuck them, because it was Democrats. Because it was liberals. That's all. Because they were black people. That's why. That's why. Anything that comes for black people, anything that comes from Democrats or liberals, anything that comes from a party that's not Republican, or a party that's not pro-white, or a party that is not Christian conservative, y'all don't give a fuck about it. And you fucked yourself. You fucked yourself royally. You fucked yourself because Trump don't give a fuck about you. Trump cares about shoving as much money in his pockets as he can. And he stacked Elon Musk's pockets before they decided to break up. So yeah, no fucking FEMA. No early warning, no aftercare. You're getting fucked with no motherfucking Vaseline. No cream, no lube. The motherfucker didn't even spit on it. I don't hate white people. I hate stupid people. I hate racists. And it is you racist, stupid, de-evolving Neanderthal motherfuckers that decided that y'all didn't need that shit, and now you are responsible. You who voted red, you who voted for Greg Abbott, you who voted for Donald Trump, y'all are responsible for all the deaths that is taking place in the flash floods in Texas. And you'll be responsible for a whole lot more, because we got 3.5 more years of this shit. So look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself thank you for fucking the country. Bitch.
We have to draw a line somewhere. Like, they're children. They don't know anything about racism or white supremacy. And I get what she was saying. I get the angle that she was trying to come from. But when you're talking about the kids, there's a line you just not supposed to cross. And you done hopped over that bitch. You done took it way too far.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.